really fucking good, y'all. It's your boy Bill.
Your boy Pat.
And y'all are tapped in right now to the livest podcast you ever gonna see in your motherfucking life. On base soil. Brought to you by we haven't got a sponsor yet, but we still working on that. Shout out to Ernie Johnson. Haven't been sponsored since 2023. But need y'all to hit that like button. Need y'all to hit that subscribe button. Turn on your damn notifications so you know when your boys go live like today. First back-to-back episode, and I don't know when. My boy Pat, how's it going today?
Hey man, very excited. My boy Jason Hardee on the episode, you know what I'm saying? Very, very excited. It was hot outside, you know what I mean? But it's a good day in the Bay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. As y'all can see, we have a special guest. This is our interview season. We want to definitely welcome and thank him for giving us his time. This is going to be Coach Jason Hardee at San Mateo City College, defensive lineman coach. You see the accolades right here. 4-star recruit, signed to West Virginia, led West Virginia in sacks as a junior and a senior. Ran with boys like Chris Henry, Pac-Man Jones, even Coach David Bakhtiari. And you guys are going to be in for a treat because he is here for you today. We're going to go ahead and bring him up on stage. Coach, what's
going on? What's going on? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Good looking out.
Man, very, very excited. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not a lot of people that I call big bro, but this really my big bro, man. Jason Hardee, you know what I'm saying? So introduce yourself, tell the people a little bit about yourself, you know what I'm saying, who you are, what you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the basics.
First, we gotta get you guys a sponsor. I'm gonna work on that.
Let's go.
We gotta do something about that. I'll figure that out. But no, name's Jason Hardee. Right now, I currently coach at College of San Mateo, defensive line coach. I used to coach also basketball at Kenyatta College. Now, I used to do both actually, but now kind of just focusing on football. Just grew up in San Mateo, Bay kid. Played all over the place: football, basketball, baseball. Didn't play football till I was like about freshman year in high school, but kind of just played. But baseball, basketball, all over the Bay. Played against all the really good players that are like all over, and I always get on Pat and everybody's like, man, your little heroes ain't beat me. So that's one of my little things I like to say. Hey man, whoever they ain't beat me. So in hoop or football, but so just the competition, just love competing, love talking sports. I love helping out my youth. I always feel like life is, in terms of life, you want to be of significance and service. So this is my service to others, to the community, to the people I love, minorities, just helping all of them get to their next goal, their lifelong dreams, helping out their families with, I know college is expensive, but, I just use that to kind of, I always tell these kids they do more for me than I do for them. It actually makes me feel like I'm doing something with my life, that I'm helping kids. And I love the more point, any basket I ever scored, any touchdown I ever caught, or any sack I ever made is when I see them kids on TV playing, or I get a post or a text that I see them in a college uniform or professional uniform and they graduate. So that's better than any gift that anything I've ever done. So that's kind of a little bit about me.
Nah, definitely respect that about you, and definitely know that you feel me. It comes from a genuine place. Like it ain't no bullshit going on with you. You shoot straight, you know what I'm saying. But it always comes from a place of love, and you know what I'm saying. Like I know you did that interview the other day, and it's something that I didn't have to watch the interview, but I know from day one what you always say: put your feelings in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like
every time.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that and what that means and what that philosophy is? Because that's one of the reasons I love you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we all feel some type of way, but at the end of the day, the main thing got to stay the main thing. So explain that a little bit, what that means.
So it kind of started when it was actually one of my coaches. He said it. Old white guy, Coach Bill Kurlavich, greatest guy ever. And I remember there was some kid was in his feelings. He goes, man, put your feelings in your pockets. And then he looked at me and he goes, Hardee, right? Your feelings in your pockets. And I'm like, Man, you just came up with that right now, didn't you? I said, I'm taking that. I knew what he meant. You know what I mean? Like, I knew what he was going with it. But as I've kind of coached, that's been a super philosophy of mine of, like, it's the first thing I start off with the kids with. No technique, no nothing. We're going to attack our attitude and how we accept coaching and how we accept success. Because that's going to happen. I always tell the kids, when I'm coaching you, you're going to be successful. If you listen and do what I tell you to do, you're going to be successful. So how you handle that is just as important as how you handle when I'm telling you doing something wrong. Because I feel like just as I've kind of coached for over the years, this will be like my 20th year coaching football. So it's like it started as kind of a side job, but I've been saying that same thing to all the kids. And I think it's more of they respect me when I say that, because they know where it's coming from. I might MF you, I might get on you, shit, you being soft, you this, that. But at the end of the day, it's like from a place of love. And so put your feelings in your pockets really was from you can't be in your feelings, or you can't be thinking about Coach Hardee's a jerk, or Coach Hardee's being an ass, or Coach Hardee's doing this, and you're not listening to what I'm trying to correct. So if I'm trying to correct something, you can't do both. It's impossible to do both. So the longer you stay in your feelings, the less you're getting better. And I'm like, that's the whole point why we're out here, is for you to get a scholarship, for you to get better, for you to be successful. So if you don't let your feelings get in your way, it's not going to work. This is not going to work. And then the other part, as I've gotten older, it's like the second half of it is when they start having success. So now they're having success, and now they're in their feelings because, they don't think they need to be coached now. Or, I can do it my way. Or I don't need to listen to Coach Hardee. I've done it his way. I got a little success. And now it's like, man, I'm cool. I'm not going to really pay attention. Or I'm not going to go to class. I got it made. That whole thing. When people start patting you on the back, it's funny, I told, shout out Rondell Goodwin, I told him, I know one of you guys' friends, I told him, when the people and the fans start patting you on the back, that's when I get the most nervous. So it's like you can't be in your feelings about that. About, I've arrived, or I've already made it, or it's everything has got to be the main focus every day is the journey. The main focus is, what am I getting out of this? Not is my feelings hurt, because Coach Hardee a jerk and Coach Hardee's being mean. That's not true. Your feelings aren't always factual. That's the part I think people don't understand. Your feelings ain't factual all the time, because they get misinterpreted. So they're fickle all the time. They come and go. Emotions come and go. It's like, come on. But this information I'm giving you ain't going to come and go. This is for you to get better. So that's kind of how Put Your Feelings in Your Pockets kind of started, because I want these guys to have success, like in terms of everything. Because one thing I said is there's 4 steps to every athlete for them to be successful. What happens is when you start doing it, the first one is when you start doing it for people that said you can't. So you're trying to prove people wrong, right? We all have that stage. Then you got another stage where it's like, okay, I'm trying to prove people right. I want to prove the people that I love right. And then the other one is, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for the financial gain and all the other stuff. I want the perks that come with it. Okay, so that's another third phase. But the fourth phase is when I'm just working, and I'm just worried about the process and what I got to do, what I'm going to take care of, and is this getting me better every day? And I'm just worried about that. That's the part. And the funny part is, if you get to the faster you get to the last one, the more the other 3 get taken care of. The other 3 gonna get taken care of.
I mean,
so but you got to be out your feelings. But you got to get out your feelings. You got to get out your feelings to get to number 4. So,
no facts.
So that's where it kind of Put Your Feelings in Your Pockets came from.
And it makes perfect sense. And like I said, it applies to life. It ain't just about sports. It ain't just about football, basketball. Like that shit hold true in life.
Because it's about decision making. It's about, for me too, one last thing, it's about decision making.
No, you're good.
I always say, I get in trouble on this one, but men need to not make emotional decisions. You can't be in your feelings in terms of we have to make logical senses solutions and come up with. Hold on. Let me sit down. Let me chill a little bit and make a decision based off of facts and based off of what's going to better me and my family. And you can't do that if you're in your emotions. If you're in your feelings, you can't do it. You can't do it.
Coach, to tie that in to local Bay Area news, we had our boy Otis Bird in the chat said, "Man, I wish Klay Thompson would have done this in free agency."
In his feelings. He made that. That's an emotional decision he made. That's what I think he did. He did. Sure. He in his feelings. He don't feel appreciated and all this stuff. Man, come on, bro.
and I was gonna say, speaking to the chat, we'll definitely open it up at the end. You know what I'm saying, so y'all can get y'all questions in too. But also talk about that run you had 2015, 2017 coaching basketball. My brother Kenyatta and Ron G, you know, obviously family of the program, and my little 2 seconds up there and a couple of practices and whatever. But yeah, speak to how you got into coaching basketball, what you liked about basketball, and them two teams, and specifically them two players, if you can.
So I always kind of coached. Basketball has always been like my first love. I always played football, but basketball I grew up playing, and it was always. I mean, I'm from San Mateo.
What high school? Let everybody know what high school, what level of basketball you went to play, and all that. I know, but they need to know.
Yeah, I know. Yep, Sarah, San Mateo. Highest I played was I played at Kenyatta for about 13 games, something like that. I averaged more points and rebounds in junior college than I did high school. High school, I was all state, third team all state. I know I do little dig me's here and there, but Pat, you asked for it. So
no, I know.
The one,
I know. Spit it true. It's what you always say. Facts are the facts. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Facts. You ain't bragging or nothing. It's facts are the facts, bro. Talk your shit. So that's why we got you here.
I was the only player on the all state team that didn't play professional basketball. So and then I'm super
names on that all-state team.
Oh, it was Leon Poe, Marquini Chandler, DeMarshe Johnson, Tyson Chandler, Chuck Hayes. So it was all them guys, and then it was me. Me being petty as I was like, okay, people don't think I was this, that. I play, you know, he only played in the Catholic School League. He plays in the white boys, blah, blah. Man, just throw the ball up, man. Let's see what's happening. Like, I used to tell, my mental focus was so good. I was different, like in terms of, like I used to love when we go to the hood, when we go to certain teams or certain schools. And, you know, the cheerleaders talking mess about me. Only black kid. It was me and another guy. He was Creole. We're the only black people on the team. They talking mess in the stands. They talking all that. I'm like, man, just throw the ball up, man. We about to dog these dudes. So, go get it. And I always felt like that's why I love basketball so much. It's the equalizer. It don't matter where you're from. Don't matter what it is. It's all about, you know, how tough are you, mentally tough, how you are. It don't matter where you're from. And then they always looking at me, oh, he's just a big football player. He's slow. He can't do this. Man, and then that's where my trash talking, all that talking started, because I'm just telling, bro, you weak, bro. It's me and a bunch of white boys dogging you. This is Oakland. I used to say that. Oh, this is the East Bay. This is the East Bay. Come on, man.
Oakland schools used to try and go off of just being, oh, we from the town, so we just gonna run everybody anyway.
All the time they used to say that. At Berkeley High, we used to do. I was like, man, I remember it was a couple of times. I think the police escorted out of places because I didn't say such future words to their fans and to the group and but yeah, no, I got in it just because basketball I coached. I loved it. Like I just all the time. So it was always like one of the passions of mine, and it was similar to football, but not really, because football is more of like, you know, you're coaching defensive line. You're not coaching. I got nothing to do with the offense, right, or the special teams. But in basketball, when you're coaching, I'm coaching each possession, everything. So it's kind of funny. I almost quit coaching to think where I'm at now, there was a stage in my life where I almost quit coaching altogether. And then Mike Reynoso, God rest his soul, God bless his soul, he's still alive. My bad. So he was like, man, come be my assistant coach. I'm taking over at Kenyatta. And I was like, oh, okay. So, because at the time I wasn't going to do it. And, I think you always need your brothers over there because everybody in life always got a turn back moment. They got a turn back moment where it's, I'm either going to quit this, go in another direction, or I'm not. Or am I going to fight through this and not be soft? So that's kind of where I was at. So, and then it just happened to be on Rondell and them team when we went to the Final Four. And that was that year. And I think it was good for me. I got to coach. There were some real dudes out there hungry to prove themselves because they were like, I think it was 5 and 20 something the year before. And the whole team, they all wanted to be great. They all wanted to reach their potential. And that's what kind of got me back into loving coaching again.
Yeah.
Like I owe them kids a lot. I owe them a lot in terms of they gotta. I wouldn't be where I'm at today, or I wouldn't be chasing the dreams I am right now. Possibly, I want to coach in the NFL one day. I want to coach in Division I football. I could have stopped at that. That was my turn back moment, where I just I powered through, but it was because of them that really helped me. So I owe Rondell, Davis, your brother, Krishan, Kenny Hatches, all of them, that whole group, Rodrigo, Dion Ellis. I owe them like more than they probably will ever know.
Yeah.
So, but Rondell, I just always remember Rondell. Like, man, who is this kid? He like 6'6", lefty, kind of like Raji. I'm like, man, who is this guy? He a dog. Like, and then I was like, man, he's nice. How come he ain't play high school and he ain't do this? I'm like, because he should be. You know when you in the back, because I always you kind of hear names all the time, right? You're like, oh, him, so and so. He nice. Okay. So then, but Rondell, I didn't hear about his name ever. So then I seen him. I was like, "Ooh, he's nice, filthy." Okay, and then me and him just had a great relationship of, when two dogs meet and I'm pushing him because I wouldn't talk to him nicely either, not at all, ever. I wouldn't talk to him nicely, but I knew he could handle it. I never had to tell Rondell put his foot. I never had to tell Rondell put his feelings in his pocket. This is always in the pocket. He just just be. He don't care. He just
but we come from that though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of shit we come from. So, but I definitely agree that for both of y'all, it was like y'all came in each other's life at the perfect time. Like Ron G was at that point coming back from both ACLs. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely hungry, but I guess I didn't even look at it from your perspective. Like you found inspiration in his hunger. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I could see this dude really want this shit. I can see he working to get up out of here. And I didn't even think about it from your perspective, like what that was doing for you, just coming into work every day. Like, damn, this little dude hungry. Like that's having you excited to get to work to train him. Like that's hella dope. That's hella dope.
Yeah, no, it was. And then Davis was the same way. Davis was redshirted that year because he had grade problems. And I was like, man, who is this dude? Like, and I remember the first time Davis went 1-2 dribbles and he rolls up on somebody. I said, he going. I said,
That's and one thing about my brother is once he knows that you care about him, he'll run through a wall for you. You know what I'm saying? But he got to know you care first. Like he just got to know you care first. That's why it was the perfect
I could tell he was one of those. I could tell he was one of those. And just me and David, we got super close. Coming like that, you guys come to my house all the time, and just me and Davis. Like I used to tell Davis all the time, stop playing around, like just go downhill. Because I was like, he too good to be dribble, come off that pick and not attack it. That used to be our thing, and he would always be like, Coach Hardee, you right, downhill. I said, I'm telling you every time. I can't.
Especially with that team, it was so many characters on that team. He got real like he would defer a lot just because he knew like. Everybody gonna start tripping if they don't shoot. Yeah, exactly. He know everybody gonna start tripping if they don't shoot. So exactly, it definitely.
But he was unselfish to a fault. I mean, if David didn't have those issues with the class here and there, he would have. He's a Division I player, not even close. It's like it's close, but he made the most out of his journey. I still enjoy watching him play at the pro-am. Like I still enjoy watching these guys all play. It's wild to me and seeing where their journeys kind of came over. I feel like. well, at one point I'm gonna get everybody together and kind of tell them what they meant to me and how they all helped in my journey when I get to the next destination and goal. So
right. No, that's hella dope, man.
yeah.
That's like I said, that's why I wanted to do this interview, because it's like I know you,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, but like shit like that, it's like I didn't even think about shit from that perspective. So
Cause I ain't
now let's
I
talk.
ain't no touchy feely dude or
No, for
nothing.
sure.
I ain't no touchy feely, all feelings and stuff. So I don't, sharing feelings and all that. But so when I really do, they know like, oh, Hardee, okay, he not playing around. Like
Nah,
this
facts.
means a lot to him. So
For sure.
just let those kids know. I think when they all played college ball, I kind of let them know how much they meant to me and their efforts. Not one of them ever gave me a problem ever. Not one bag talk, not one not show up, not do this, or like, oh, I'm the player, you the coach, don't talk to me. Like I never got that. I've heard horror stories about JUCO
Right.
basketball kids, but I never
I mean,
got that in my 3 years.
but basketball players are a little bit different. I ain't gonna lie, they are.
Oh,
But the group you got though, you feel me? Like I said, but we come from that, so you feel me. You ended up with a good group that everybody, even with
I got
like
lucky.
Iz and Kenny, they from the other side, but they hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like they was at a point where they got overlooked in high school, so it just all came together at the right time. Like it was definitely a good fit for you. So talk about how, like, I guess that was your only little stint in basketball or whatever, but you certified, but what you really do,
I appreciate
talk
that,
about your bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the bread and butter, that D line, you know what I'm saying? And talk about your journey, even coaching and doing that. Let's start here. Just go for your coaching and shit like that. Let's go through that.
Just the coaching part? Okay. So
we'll get to your plan after. But let's do your coaching part.
So I was playing. I was waiting on the NFL draft. So I didn't get picked. So I was, all American, all that, and I was sitting there, didn't get picked. I think I was a Detroit Lions number 2 D lineman on the board. I messed up in terms of what I should have did. I look hindsight on it. I was 6'3", about 300 at the time. So now I'm like a tweener. What I should have did was gain 30 pounds, and then ran my sub 500, sub 540.
Yeah, that would have been clean.
Right. That's what I should have did. But I didn't do it. My agent picked my agent late, didn't do this, first time, everything. So wasn't on the board, got left on the board. So then I was at home, came home, graduated. Because I was like, man, it's West Virginia, man. I got to get up out of here. It's time to get back home.
Get back to civilization.
Get back to civilization. Oh, man. There's a secret story I was to tell y'all off camera about that when I went home. But I'll have to tell y'all that one. But came home. Yeah, I can't snitch on that one. That's a top secret. But
Thanks.
So came home. And I was just working out. My agent was like, then I fired the first agent, got another agent. Then that one's like, sit tight. We're going to wait till see if somebody gets injured, NFL, CFL, or back then, arena football was big time. Remember, it was like on ESPN and all that. So I was just sitting around chilling. All I was doing was working out in the mornings, come back. I just graduated from college. That's all I was doing. And then I happened to just go to my high school, Sarah, and I was like, okay. They're like, hey, why don't you coach? Yep. And I was like, coach? Man, ain't nobody coaching. Fool. I ain't trying to talk to these high school kids. Like, what? And then they're like, man, just come on. And be fun. You're not doing nothing else. So I was like, okay, cool. So then I don't know what it was. I just fell in love with it. I just really did, helping the kids, getting it. So I first started coaching. It was just like a side gig, something for me to pass the time with. And then I think now, if I went to the NFL or something, I wouldn't have found this the next part of this love I have, and all the kids I've helped, grow, mature, and see them get on, and all the kids. I mean, I'll talk about that later, but I would have never did that. So I fell into coaching, to be honest. So then now I just always just perfected my craft. This is year 20 I've helped about got about 5-6 guys made to the NFL from me just coaching D-line. I've got David Bakhtiari, offensive lineman. I coached him. I've coached I think 25 plus kids now, the Division I scholarships from when I coached at College of San Mateo. And 90% of those kids didn't have any scholarships out of high school. They came to me with nothing, and then they left with me. I've had guys go all over: Alabama, Fresno State, Cal, San Diego State, yeah, all over. I've had kids go all over. So, but it's just the work. I'm always intrigued of getting new techniques, what I can do, how to explain it. There's one thing I just love is coaching the details. I feel like if you coach the details, you don't have to overcoach. I don't have to put a lot in. I'm going to overcoach the details, but I'm not going to overcoach the scheme. I'm going to overcoach your effort and how hard you play and how violent you play, but I'm not going to overcoach and put a bunch in and put like 15 million calls and sets in, and I'm not going to do any of that. But I want to train an athlete themselves that where they could play for anybody, any system, anything once they leave me. And that was kind of the thing I've always like loved about it is like it's funny. I was telling a guy, I said, hey, when the kid was trying to pick where to go, and then he was like, write down location, what's important to him, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, playing time. I said, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm coaching you. The playing time going to come. Ain't worried about it. You're going to be ready when you get there. You're going to be ready when you get there. That's been my whole goal. That got nothing to do with your decision-making right now.
Right.
It shouldn't. Right. So that's what I've always kind of wanted in terms of me as a coach.
Right.
And then just being there for the young men. I want to be there. I want to make sure they got – because I always tell them when they leave, as soon as I coach you, it's a relationship for life. You can call me anytime, anything of what's going on, a decision you need to make, something you need to bounce off somebody, whether it's school, a girl, a friend doing something, you backed up in a bad situation with your family. I've heard it all, seen it all. Nothing you're going to say is going to embarrass you. I'm not going to feel some type of way. That ain't the type of dude I am. I've heard it all, seen it all. So that's kind of how just the coaching, that's just me as a coach, and it just trickled into defensive line, just me as a person.
No, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I could definitely see how being a D-line coach fits your personality. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I line it up right now because I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I got at least like 2-3 more snaps in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting hyped listening to you.
That's the thing.
That's hella funny.
I always, it's got to be us against the world sometimes. It's got to be our group against everybody. And that's how you build them relationships. I mean, I remember, I'll say his name later, but a coach was kind of not on me. It's not a CSM. It was kind of before. It's not in it, but it was a Sarah thing. And the coach, my kids felt that I wasn't getting enough credit. And I'm like, I'm not in there coaching for credit. I'm like, nah, Coach Hardee, nah, F that. Fuck, nah. He gonna respect us. He gonna respect this group. He gonna respect us. He gonna respect this. Nah, fuck. I was like, bro, okay. If that's how you guys want to play it, let's do it. I'm just gonna feel fire. I loved it. I love coaching that group. Sure. It was one of my favorite groups, but it was like, yeah, them fools over there chilling and we over here working. Forget them dudes. I ain't coach. You ain't getting the respect. We all gonna be all league. You gonna get the respect. I'm tired of this. Fool. I said, hey, let's go, man. So I just ran with it. But I think you gotta be like that type of close. You gotta be that close knit when you're playing ball, football. It's a violent game. It's a dangerous game. You know what I mean? So.
All right. Before we get too deep into the coaching, let's start. From square one. You playing high school football, your position. Then go to JUCO, then go to, you feel me, college. So take us through the timeline, like stats, accolades, because I'm sure a lot of people, even your players probably don't know, you started off playing tight end and whatnot. So explain, go through all that. You feel me? Take us there, high school, stats, whatever, all that.
So I didn't play football till freshman year of high school. A lot of people don't know that. I didn't do the Pop Warner. I didn't do any of that. I was playing ball with my dad outside or with my friends. My dad was super into your bones are too brittle to be playing. And then he didn't want my weight. Back then, Pop Warner, you had to lose weight, gain weight, do all that stuff. He was like, we're not messing with that.
Right, trying to kill yourself, trying to play Pop Warner. Right.
Trying to kill yourself playing Pop Warner. He was just like, no, we're just going to let your body naturally go. Everything will be cool. So then I just remember he had me up. He had me up at 5 years old, 6 years old, doing the medicine ball. I thought it was just this cool game to play with my dad. Everybody wonders how I was so strong. And so we was doing workouts. So how it started was the teachers would be on me like, oh, we can't control Jason. We can't do this. We can't do that. Right? Jason's too wild. And then my pops was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna work off some of this energy.
Right. You gonna burn this energy off every day.
For early on. So he get in there. So we doing the medicine ball, we playing basketball, I'm hitting in the batting cage outside. He got like a tossing balls. All 3 sports, I was in there just working out, doing the medicine ball in the morning 3-4 times a week, right? He had like a whole exercise plan. So I was just thinking, oh, yeah, this is cool. I'm just doing something with my dad. Like, I love to do it. I didn't think nothing of it. But what it did was it got me so strong. I was ready to go. I was already in the mindset. I was doing 6 a.m. workouts at 7, 8 years old. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So that was installed in the dream in terms of what I wanted to do and where I wanted to play. So my cousin, Michael Dumas, he played in Indiana. He was like the first one in our kind of family to go play somewhere. Not high school, not no high school hero. You know what I mean? He like left and then he went. So and I used to see him at family reunions all the time. And then I just remember one day my dad was like, hey, come downstairs. Your cousin's on TV. And I'm like, my cousin's on TV. I ain't thinking of it. I'm 9, 10 years old, whatever. So then you're seeing him, and I'm like, oh, wow. Because the dream seems so far away. There's nobody really, because at that time, nobody in San Mateo around here was getting recruited like that. There's not the internet. You don't hear. You just hear guys through the little Chronicle, Examiner paper, who's going here, who's doing this. So, like, now I'm looking at him on TV, and it's the same guy I see all the time. Now the dream feels in reach all of a sudden. So now I'm like, okay, so the workouts, that's where the dream really started, watching my cousin on TV. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to be on TV. Like, I'm about to be the man. Watch. I used to tell everybody, yeah, I'm going to be on TV. Yeah. What that teacher say? I ain't worried about her. I was talking all kind of shit. So just that's where it started. And then I didn't play football till freshman year of high school. I was decent. I was pretty good. But, I remember the first day, it took me 30 minutes to put my pads on. I had no idea how the game went, how the pads went, all that. The first time. Right now, I put it on. It's easy. But that's where the journey kind of started. I played. Our team wasn't very good. I was pretty good. I was decent. I was playing tight end then because I could catch really well. Back to when my dad was doing the medicine ball at 6, so I could catch anything. So I was big, athletic basketball player. And then I was, okay, cool. I want to play tight end. So then we were a 3-7 team. We threw the ball maybe 6-7 times a game. We was running the ball all the time. I'm like, this is wild. So then I got recruited to play junior college. Then my first semester, I went to City College San Francisco because at the time they were good at hoops too, right? Like they are now. So I could play football and basketball.
Yep.
Because coming out of, even though I was player of the year, I was for basketball, I was CCS player of the year. I was all state. And football was all league, all everything. I didn't have too many offers because there's no huddle, there's no this now. You know what I mean? You got to set out your tapes. So recruiting was different.
Yep.
So I think the only thing out of high school I had was Sonoma State for basketball because they had no football. Tuskegee in Alabama, the D2, they wanted me to play football and basketball. And then I think it was Stanislaus, another D2, and then, I can't even remember now. This is wild. Oh, and Purdue wanted me to walk on for football. That was it. Yeah, Purdue to walk on. But the ego in me was like, man, I'm better than that. Come on now, man, this is crazy. I was just so thirsty, like I am now. I'm thirsty in terms of I want to prove myself on the biggest stage. I want to prove how good I am. And I thought junior college was going to provide that for me because there's a lot of eyes. See, City College is getting a lot of people out. And then I was just like, okay, I'll go do that. I didn't really like it because I was big, and they tried to move me to offensive line. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Because, the first thing they want to do is put a big athletic dude on the line because they ain't can't fight. Yeah, so I'm like, nah, man. So I forget that. So then I transferred to CSM. I was on the hoop team in City, so I had to quit that. And then so now I'm on at CSM. And then I'm playing hoops in Kenyatta because CSM didn't have a basketball team at the time. So I was like, okay, cool. So that's when I led the team in touchdowns at tight end. I set the record in a single season for touchdowns in a season at CSM. At the time, I had 13 touchdowns in the season. I was a 4-star recruit. I ended up with, West Virginia, Utah, New Mexico State, Michigan State offered me later. So I got what I wanted. I ended up going to West Virginia, tight end, playing. Was cool. Had to redshirt the year. I sat out because they red flagged the class I took in high school. It was the weirdest thing. So by the time they saw the thing, it was November. So they're like, hey, just redshirt, whatever. So I redshirted, sat out. I mean, that year was tough. It was my first year not playing anything. So I was just kind of going to school. Only way I was on the team was I was lifting weights every day. That was it, lifting weights and working out in the facility. So your dream is there, and now it's taken away. You know what I mean? It's like, man.
My boy Rockin' want to know when in your prime, what are you squatting and benching?
What prime? What you mean? Is it prime? Is prime now or is it later? Which one is?
Right,
it's all
probably when you was playing. I'm gonna say
you probably knowing Hardee, he could probably bench more than he did when he was playing.
More now? Okay.
You bench more now now?
So
knowing your ass, fucking maniac.
So yes, I'm doing about 495 on the incline press now. I'll do it about that. I'll do about 3 plates for about 15 after. And then benching, I'm doing about 520-ish on a good day, bad day. I warm up 225, doing it about 20, 25 times. So that's why I asked my prime, all right,
so what you doing back then? What you doing back then?
Around that 550. Okay. A little bit more. I didn't incline as much. Squat, I did a little squat. I don't squat now. This is wild.
Yeah.
Squat now is squat. The most I did on a squat was, oh man, I think it was 600 something for 4. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. Our strength conditioning coaches were the best. I was doing 600 something for 4. It was wild, and it felt so light too. I tell you, I tell people something, man. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing after that. You throw 600 pounds on your back. You do 4 times.
I feel like I can move anybody for sure.
Coach, do you get that from Coach? I played football and I did not have the want to be in the weight room like that. Do you think that came from training with your dad when you were younger, and it kind of just was like how you really came up? You know what I'm saying, with training with your dad, or man, what got you into weight training like this?
That's a good question because I didn't really start lifting weights till 16. My dad was but I think what my dad told me. My dad is super. That he's my hero. He would tell me hey, are you lifting weights to lift, or are you lifting to get better? Are you in there to get better every day when you lift weights? I remember he told me that the one time, and it's always stuck with me, even now when I'm working out. You know what I mean? So when I'm in there lifting, even now I'm like, okay, man, put a 5 on there, put another 3 on there. I want to go up today. Let me get better. I'm in here to get better. And my dad just always stuck with things. There's certain things that my dad always stuck with me. That was one of them. Another one he always talked about was, what are you going to do when the moment is in front of you or your dream is in front of you? How are you going to react? Are you going to be prepared? Are you going to be a dog about it? And because it's going to happen. When the moment is in front of you, right in front of your face, and then you realize, and now your best is called upon. What are you going to do? How are you going to react? How are you going to play? Are you going to run from the situation, or are you going to be like, No, man, give me the ball. Like, I'm gonna go out here and win this game. Or there's 500 pounds on the bench and it's test day at the weight room. Nope, I'm gonna rise to the occasion, man. Put another 25 on there, man. Come on, I'm gonna rise to the occasion right now and put it up 2-3 times when I thought I could only do 2. You know what I mean? So it's like, so that was the mental toughness and the mental stuff that he told me. Always, it still sticks with me.
Right.
So that's where I really got it from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just in
dope.
a constant state of improvement. And I think
Yeah.
that's where my dad installed in that in me is like, let's be in a constant state of improvement, that mindset. You know what I mean? And I've taken it a little bit further because that's kind of the thing that's why I got my master's thing in like sports psychology, because I wasn't this great student, or there's nothing really ever interested me. But that did. But my dad was installing sports psych and different philosophies and who does this in me early, and now it's just something I got a little degree for.
Yeah,
So, it's something now that I use with my coaching. I just happen to get a degree for it. So, but I think the mental aspect, like my dad was big in that.
Nah, facts. So back to your red shirt year. Take us through your West Virginia. Yeah.
So then the red shirt year came and gone, and then so I was playing tight end, and I was doing real good. I was dogging dudes out there, like catching the ball. I was doing well, and then like 3 D linemen got hurt, and then instead of moving a walk on, coach comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, we want to move you to D line on the trial basis. Like, I don't want to move over no walk on. Your scholarship dollars, just move over there and try it, right?" And silly me. Nowadays, I think kids would have been like, "I'm transferring." Me, I'm like, "All right, man. I'm a team guy."
No, man, you're a real one, man.
Right.
Man, niggas about to use transfer portals like then. No, that's
quick.
That's crazy.
They'd have been a
tight
trade
end
before that ink was dropped. Before that ink was dropped.
Hey, man, that ain't what my NIL say, baby.
Really,
I don't do no tackling. I don't do no tackling, baby. What you talking about?
Exactly. I ain't tackling nobody. I didn't even play in high school, really.
Right.
They only put me one way. They played me. It was fun. High school. They played. This how bad. Back to that. This how bad we were. I played because it's West Virginia. It's funny because they asked me, "You ever played defense?" I said, "I played it for one game. My last game." It was bad. So my last game, 2 sacks, 4 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and then all my best friend, he was there. Ryan Hesley, he was there. He goes, "Hey man, you should be playing defense all the time." Everybody was like, "Oh, they put you at defense all year." I said, "Hey, man." So, but then they moved me, so I was on that. "All right, coach, I'll do whatever for the team, and let me be a team supporter. I got you, blah, blah, blah." So I was on that. I went out there, had no idea what I was doing, and was killing again. I started killing again. I don't know what happened. Sacks, tackles, all that stuff. And then I remember it was after the spring, you go through your little spring interview. Exit interview, and then coach goes, "Hey, coach, yeah, we're not moving you back, bro. You gonna be starting."
Not where you're at now.
He goes, "I think you gonna be starting." And then my dad goes, my dad called the coach, and he was like, "Hey, did Jason do something wrong?" Because back, you don't know, like, "Hey, did he do something wrong? Like, something happened? You over recruiting?" He goes, "Coach, Mr. Hardee, I got to find a way to get my 22 best football players on the field, and Jason's one of them." And then my dad, he goes, "Thanks, coach. Have a good day." He's like, what can I say to that?
Right.
Say nothing to that.
No. Right.
So I did that, played. It was kind of a slow process. I was kind of not free falling all over, but I just had a knack for the ball, athleticism I got. And I think this is where my coach and Coach Kurlavich, my coach, he used to be super detailed because I was really starting from the ground zero. Like, I didn't really have a lot of experience. So, and he was getting guys in the NFL and doing everything. So every little detail he was going over with me on stance, your hand, why is it this, why is it that? And that's similar to what I teach now. So I was learning my technique, what I teach now, in terms of my technique and my details and all that. Now I've enhanced it as it keeps going, but that's where it all started.
Right.
Was from him. If I didn't switch over, I wouldn't have been, you know what I mean? The details. So, and then I just hit the ground running. I was, All-American my last year, led the team in sacks back-to-back junior and senior year, barely even played. And I mean, guys still talking about our teams. Our team is legendary for at West Virginia in terms of getting
talk about some of the names that you played with, Coach.
Right, Chris Henry, Pac-Man Jones. We was loaded. Pat White. Pat White was like my red shirt guy. I love Pat. I used to tell, it was funny, Pat was red shirt in my senior year, and Pat White would be killing us. Like, I'm talking killing. No, and then I would be like this. Pat. So, but see, Pat would be running around, and we playing like a drop back quarterback, right? So I pulled Pat aside one day. I said, hey, man, don't be fucking doing that no more. We not playing you, bro. We playing a drop back. You got me running around all over. You better calm your ass down. That's what I told him. You better calm down, dude. Yeah, he running around there like we play. I said, bro, we not playing you, dude. What are you doing? Hardee, come on, Hardee. This is my time to get my shine on. Trying to get my shine. I said, bruh, no, it is not. Stop. So then he didn't stop, and I would just hit him on purpose, late. I hit him in the because he's a wrestler now, tripping.
Right.
and then he stopped though, but Pat was good. It was all in fun. He kept practice cool, but I already saw Pat White good when he was a wrestler. I was like, oh man, he about to be a monster.
No, he was cold.
Monster. But Pat, and then now it's funny. Now I look at it. They talk about he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play college football. I'm just like, I remember when I was yelling at that. Yeah, I was yelling at this same kid about, bro, you better calm down. Stop playing with me before we get, you know what I mean? You better stop playing. So
did you play with McAfee?
So Pat had just got there after I left, but I know Pat. Pat McAfee. Like, it's funny when I saw him. So I'll give you a pass. So we were chilling, and my man goes, "Hey, Hardee, like, I've heard all these stories about you at part." I said, "Bro, come on." I got back here like 2 years later, and he's like, "Hardee." So you see him on ESPN. He has to make this kick to tie the game. It was Rutgers, right? And you see me and him on the sideline joking and laughing. He talking about some party. Like, he a fool. Like, it's Pat, right?
Right.
And then now I look at him like, bro, he ain't changed a bit, dude.
Right. He's just getting paid for it.
Himself, and he's just getting paid for it now. He's being himself. He getting paid for it. So you just never know who does what and who becomes what. Like, it's wild to me. It's wild to see him sometimes on TV. Good, great guy, fun guy. But he's just being himself. Like, he's a clown. Like, he's hilarious.
For sure.
It's nothing new. It's nothing new. He's not fake. This is scripted. No, this is him.
Nah, that's hella funny.
I mean, would you make a lot of sacks too with Pac-Man Jones on the back end side? Was he making a lot of plays too while he was there? Like,
he was. Yeah, no, he led our team in tackles actually. So the way we had our defense was like a 3-3-5, but he was the corner. So everything was basically, my job was to make everything funnel. We didn't want anything to go north and south, everything east and west. So if we bounced out everything, we bounced it out to him. He was like one of the cleanup guys, and another guy, Mike Lorello, he ended up playing for the Steelers. But so Pac-Man was tough, great tackler, he got into stuff like we all did, but he wasn't doing nothing that the rest of us weren't doing. I mean,
that's what I hate about Pac-Man. Like they got that stigma on him, like he just be doing different shit. He do everything else everybody else does. Man. I love Pac-Man though, because they said he only got like 3 fair catches in his whole NFL career. I'm like, he's a sicko.
I'll tell you, never fair caught at West Virginia. He never fair caught at West Virginia.
He's a savage, bro.
Oh, he was all the time. He was like, Hardee, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Me and him would be just laughing like them dudes. So he was a good player. He was like we have personality on our team. I think that's why I can't stand watching West Virginia now. I look at my team. It was like, so what the rumor is, this new coach, he got a bunch of nice guys out there. Like they're like, oh, he's so nice there, and you see how that. Well, our team,
good guys.
we were a reflection of Coach Rod. None of us were like nice dudes. We were all hungry, trying to prove ourselves.
Right.
Dudes from all type of backgrounds, neighborhoods, but we all had the one thing in common, that we were hungry, and we were like, we didn't take no mess. Whether we were some in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania kids, or in the hood ghettos in Atlanta, or me, San Mateo, or we had a couple kids from LA, Pasadena. We had, some kids from Florida, in Miami, in the gutter, then the same dudes in like Ohio, the suburbs, but we all had that same attitude, that same like, hey man, who is this? Man, and it was funny, like I told you guys, like when I go play in Oakland and Castle Monteberg, like, man, just throw the ball up, man. Ain't nobody worried about these. But we all had that same attitude. Yep. But no matter, I was just playing with a bunch of me's. A bunch of guys that thought like me, and that's why we had that edge, and we could go into anywhere, any environment, and play hard. We wouldn't take no mess from nobody. We had each other's back on and off the field. Now they got a bunch of nice guys. They're just cool. I'm just like, come on, where's the edge? Where's the edge?
Where's the dogs at? No, for real.
Yeah, and then you see they're struggling. But there's a price that comes with having a team like mine, though, too. You get police assistance.
Motherfuckers gonna be fucking around.
There's parties, this, and there's it ain't all sunshines and rainbows.
Right, real shit.
It was. I'll never forget it. It was one time. I don't know. I'm over here snitching. I shouldn't do this, but we were. I got you. So we were in Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh's like an hour and a half away, like downtown. So if we ever wanted to go downtown somewhere, that's where we go. So, or like to a big city, like a lot of us. So we're in a big city, and then we're downtown Pittsburgh. University of Pittsburgh dudes are out there. So then, of course, we were doing whatever, adult beverages, you know how it goes. So then,
keep in mind, folks, this is a rivalry. I just need everybody to know that West Virginia and Pittsburgh is a rivalry. But go ahead.
For sure. So then, I turn around and we're in the middle of the street, and then next thing you know, there's yelling back and forth across the street. And I was like, oh man, here we go. And then next thing you know, we in a melee in the middle of the street. Right in the middle of downtown, West Virginia football versus Pittsburgh. We just kicked off the game in end of July. We just kicked it off early. So we was in there, right? And then nothing happened. Police said, you guys get out of here, go back to school. You guys get, so nothing happened.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Coach calls a meeting in the summer. Never calls a meeting in the summer. He calls a meeting in the summer, Coach Rod. And then he goes, all right, fellas, heard there was an incident, we got under control, no one's in trouble or nothing, just don't go downtown Pittsburgh anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, hey, it's already 7-0, fellas. All right, get back to what we're doing. So like, he wasn't mad at nothing. He was like, so happy. We was like, man, we whooped them dudes already. Like, it's 7-0 already. Before we even start playing them, they already know we the tougher team. So, but there comes stuff with that. You know what I mean? The new coach, he ain't got to deal with guys like us that were, we had a lot of renegade guys doing this, doing that. But I think it cost them on the field. They haven't, they're winning here and there, but I don't know. So that was West Virginia. That was my career right there.
That's real.
Yeah.
Mill, you want to throw a couple West Virginia questions at him or whatever you got?
Pretty much. He answered mostly everything. We wanted to get into a game with you before we get up out of here. This first edition on base soil 2-minute drill, Coach. It's just a simple.
Okay, I like this.
Okay. Pat, if you could put a timer or share a timer on the clock.
So either or.
I don't think I can share one on the screen.
Because me and Pat, if me and Pat get into who's better than who, and we on that. Okay, we doing that. Here we go. Because I say some controversial stuff.
We'll get into it, man.
We put 2 minutes on the clock. Our over/under was 15 questions. You think? I have 20 for you, so I want to see if you can get through them. Just whatever comes to your mind the fastest, just say it, and we're gonna get all the way to 20. This is what it.
I got
you. Have a timer for us, Pat?
Hold on.
Okay, you need to put it on. Everybody in the chat too. Let me see if I can catch up for rocking with us and listen to Coach break it down for us. Man, she's been lit. I see the timer is warming up.
All right.
And you got my timer. Yeah. Cool.
Tell me when to go, Pat.
All right, ready, go.
Wait, I thought it said. Wait a minute. You got to do it like Matt. You got to do it like on Family Feud. You answer the question. You ask the question, then the timer starts.
Oh, did Pat just leave? Oh, he just
left.
Did
Pat just leave?
No. We'll get him back. While he's coming back on, we'll catch up to the chat. My boy Rockin' New Era says, what's Coach's all-time favorite defensive line player and your current favorite defensive line player?
I got two for you. So, Aaron Donald, does he count as current? I wouldn't say he's current, right? He's current because we'll do two all time.
That's pretty. It literally was just this year. So
literally just now. So I love Aaron Donald. I'm a big Aaron Donald, Warren Sapp, and I always love Reggie White. How big and fat and big he was. It was wild to me. It was wild how big he was playing defensive end at like 300 pounds. It was like 6'6", 300 pounds. So the current kind of guys, I really like the Jordan kid for the Saints. I like him. Crosby. Yes, they went to Cal. I like him. Crosby. I love watching Crosby work. Crosby is a technician. He's a technician. A dog. He's great. And Big Vaughn and Myles Garrett. I love watching Myles Garrett now play. He's incredible to me. And then I watch because of course he's a basketball guy too. So I'm like, I love watching.
You're
he's basically doing
world.
Exactly. So those are my favorites all time and current.
What were you saying, Coach, about the Family Feud style?
Oh, so Pat, you gotta do Family Feud style. So he gotta ask the question and then you start the timer. You don't start the timer while you're asking the question.
Right, but the questions are going to be right after each other. So you have 2 minutes to get through 20 questions. So you want me to ask the question first and then I'll start the timer?
Yep. That'll work. That'll work.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Question one. Question one. Hot weather or cold weather?
Hot weather.
Pass defense or run defense?
Run defense.
Tom Brady.
Who I don't know what you said, but Tom Brady. I don't know the second one. It don't matter.
Sugar in your grits or salt in your grits?
Salt.
Aaron Donald or Warren Sapp?
Aaron Donald.
Big 12 football or SEC football?
SEC football.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Cardio or strength training?
Oh, strength training.
E40 or too short?
E40.
Dome stadium or open stadium?
Open stadium.
Defensive tackle or defensive end?
Defensive tackle.
Ooh, go ahead, Coach. Overtime win or blowout win?
Oh, blowout win.
Hot links or hot dogs?
Hot links.
Road trip or catch a flight?
Catch a flight.
53 seconds. Offense or defense?
Defense.
Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football?
Monday Night Football.
2-minute drill or red zone defense?
Red zone defense.
Coaching from the sideline or up in the booth?
Coaching from the sideline.
Last one. Home game or away game?
It depends on the away game. I got some time, so it depends on.
No, take your time. Take your time, brother. You get through it.
I would say I love away game. I love when people boo me, and I love seeing people's faces when we beat them. I just love it when you see the other team's fans and they lost and they're still yelling at you, motherfucker, you suck. You're this. You're blah blah blah. All that. Yep. Take that L. Go and take. I just ruined your whole day. So away games.
Away game. Love that. Everybody get up the coach.
That was hard. That was hard.
First 2-minute drill. We was really going in like, bro, you get through all of them. Yes, I have faith that you was gonna be able to get through all 20, and you did.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much for that, Coach, for sure.
This motherfucker be talking. That's why I didn't know if he was gonna be able to do it or not. Nah, I'm fucking with you, bro.
That's true. That's a good. That's
Nah,
a
I'm
good
fucking
point.
with you. I was like, because I know sometimes shit can get long-winded. You might stall. Like, damn, I don't know. Like, you start contemplating this shit, but nah, you got through it. Knock that shit out, though, for sure.
Easy. Yeah, no, facts. Man,
I got a feeling I kind of know based off your guess. If you give those, I kind of know what's going to answer what or who's going. Like the sugar grits, salt grits. Like, oh man, the sugar grit. Come on, you soft if you put sugar in your grits. Right? It's salt. It's salt with the hot link.
I'm more of a sugar grits person. That's just me. But all right, but you do live like 600 pounds, so y'all say you
we keep the sugar to a minimum. We keep the sugar to the minimum.
The questions are solely so we can judge you, bro. That's all that's for. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Who did you say, Aaron Donald and Warren Sapp again? Because that's where I was like, I want to know.
Aaron Donald. I said Aaron Donald.
And then he went between Brady or Mahomes. He said Brady.
Yeah, I mean, Sam.
I didn't even hear you say Mahomes. I said it don't matter. So I was like, Brady, it don't matter who you said. I didn't hear it. It broke up. It don't matter. I was waiting for Allen Iverson, Steph Curry. Me and Pat had the discussion.
Listen. I told Ron G. I told Ron G. I was not gonna let you get up out of here without letting you state your case. So talk. First of all,
wait. Is he picking Allen Iverson over Steph Curry?
Listen. Hold on. I'm about to listen. We are on. He gonna say it in front of the world. First of all, say how you feel about Steph Curry, and then we'll get into your Iverson and Curry debate. So say how you feel about Curry in front of everybody. So yeah, talk all that shit.
Okay.
For all these Warrior
fans,
fans,
nobody says this Warrior fans. I get it. Okay, I'm gonna say controversial. I'm gonna say my piece. Okay, I don't think he's the greatest shooter of all time. That's the first thing. I don't think he's the greatest shooter of all time. I think. Hold on. Hold on. I got you. Hold on. I think.
Where Cam at? This is why I needed to see this. Where Cam started?
I think the rules change. I think you can't really judge it because I think the rules changed, and then the game changed, causing him to be considered. Because I feel like if Larry Bird shot 12, 14 threes a game with the way they play now, come on now. Come on. I can't. It's just tough. I just feel like there's no hand check. It's different. All that, he can kind of run around and just do everything because the game changes without no hand check. If there's hand check and you can kind of push him to the way where he's at, I think his shooting is a little tougher because he now can't face up and play you, right? You almost turn to the side. You got to put him. So that changes it out, right? So
it does change, but he'll work through that.
I think Warrior fans, I know y'all don't give me credit, but if you put Larry Bird with 15 threes a game unconscious, come on, or Reggie Miller, Ray, I just think the game changed. So my thing is, okay, here's my point. So when Trae Young breaks all his records, is he the greatest shooter now? No way. Come on. You can't base it off of that.
Trae Young does not shoot the ball as well as Stephen Curry. He's definitely
right, but he has a chance. But he has a chance to break all of his stuff, though. He does. So when he breaks all of his stuff,
it ain't just about the records. You see it with your own eyes.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, so then it has to work the other way too.
So get into your debate. But
no, it's Steph Curry. I mean, I've grown to. He's still a great player. I'm talking my mess to mess with people a little bit. You know what I mean? But I think he's still a great player. He's, I don't know defense.
He says you put AI on this Warrior team. Well, what'd you say? Is it AI on this Warrior team, or is it?
No, I said this. So Allen Iverson. This is my thing. Allen Iverson. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Allen Iverson. Okay. So go back to basketball. In the 90s, there's no such thing as a two-way player. Everyone just played both ways. That's the first thing. There's no two-way player. Okay. So, I think, Steph Curry is a liability on defense. I've seen Marcus Smart roast them in them finals. Okay. That's
even though he's led the league, led the league in steals before.
With one time. Allen Iverson did it. I think Allen Iverson did it.
You're leading the league in steals and you can't play defense. Come on,
dude. Allen Iverson.
I don't believe that though.
But anyway,
steals is a hollow.
Here's my thing. Steph Curry, if you take Klay Thompson or Draymond off that team, he gets them to play-in games. Okay? Now, if you go back and look at Allen Iverson's team, that team he took to the finals. Come on now. Who was on the team? Dikembe Mutombo.
That's why take Mutombo off. That's his best
Aaron
defender.
Aaron McKee. That team was bad.
To the East.
Yeah, but that team was so bad. That team was so bad. And Allen Iverson literally had Eric Snow, dudes that can't even score the ball. So you really got.
Chop said they had Eric Snow. They had Eric Snow with them.
Eric Snow. So you got basically on defense when you played Allen Iverson that year, all 10 eyes are watching him play, and he's still getting layups and he's still hitting you for 40, and he still took that team to the finals. Here's my question: If you take Allen Iverson off that team and you put Steph Curry on that 76ers team, does Steph Curry take them to the finals?
Yes.
No. Ain't no
Dude,
way.
He can't take that. I don't know if you watched the last championship game, the last championship run we had in 2022. Steph was mostly the one that was carrying us outside of
mostly, but you can't do that because if you put Allen Iverson on these Warriors teams,
there's no way. Even Allen Iverson himself, Allen Iverson himself has said, "I will not do what Steph has done." We're dead that argument.
I don't have to. People say things for PR and stuff like that to cause no controversy. He don't really believe that. Allen Iverson don't believe that. If you put Allen Iverson, I'll tell you this: if you put Allen Iverson on the Warriors, they wouldn't have had to go get no Kevin Durant.
First of all,
we already won a championship. With
Kevin Durant needed us. We didn't need Kevin Durant.
Agreed. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Stephen Curry
because
he helped us get 2 championships.
Coach.
Don't do that because Draymond Green.
The Chicago Bulls record 73-9 is Stephen Curry.
And they lost in the finals. He couldn't get by Kevin Love in the last 30 seconds of the game.
But we still, with 73-9, as the defending champions. They lost Game 7 at home, and he had a chance to get by Kevin Love at the end, and he couldn't do it. And
my boy was hurt.
Go back and watch the last 3 minutes of that Game 7 and tell me Steph Curry played. Come on now.
Everyone the last 3 minutes of Game 7. Everyone missed shots in that last 3 minutes. Only Kyrie was the one that hit the shot.
We're not talking about everybody. We talking about Kyrie. We talking about Steph Curry.
Dude, Coach. Allen Iverson was not even. Allen Iverson didn't even win a finals. Come on, Coach. What are we talking about, man?
Because the best thing that the league ever did was that the 76ers were too cheap to put anybody on this team. If you put anybody on his team, he wins. He's gonna win a couple. He had nobody. Matt Geiger, Dikembe Mutombo, Eric Snow, Kevin Ollie. Who on that team is a threat? Dikembe Mutombo's a Hall of Famer. Dikembe Mutombo's a Hall of Famer, but he's not an offensive threat.
I mean, you look at Steph's first 2015 team. There was nobody really on there except for Iguodala, David Lee, Maurice Spates was on the team and won the championship.
Hold on. I got one for you. In 2015, every game that they play, or every series that they play, he always plays a backup point guard. That's the first thing. And then he didn't play.
Who's in front of you, Coach? Come on.
That's true. I'm not saying it's his fault. But he didn't play Kyrie or Kevin Love. Matthew Dellavedova was the second best player on the Cavs. That's it. Come on, Matthew Dellavedova.
He cooked Matthew Dellavedova.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, he should have. Exactly.
Our second best player was 32-year-old Andre Iguodala.
Come on, man. What are we doing? Anyone?
He won MVP. I like to get.
That was a robbery. But whatever.
I like to give Curry. Let's be honest.
These are loyal listeners of our podcast have listened to you, and if
Coach
love you,
he was doing so good
in this last hour, and you are breaking their hearts right now, Coach.
They said, Coach, he was doing so good.
Oh man, they're like, oh
That's
man, this is horrible, Coach. What we doing, y'all? Come on,
hey,
man.
any questions y'all got or comments, throw them at him, man. Throw them at him.
Oh man, Brother Rosen,
here we go with these Laker fans. Boy, y'all had one more win than us, and y'all didn't get no better. Stop it. I'm sick of Laker fans.
I'm just talking mess. Curry.
For sure.
I mean, no, but honestly, Kurt, come on now. He's the best shooter ever. I just like saying that line. I ain't stupid now.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll never forget. I was at your house.
With you on. I was messing with you on that.
Mills. I was
like
at this man's house. I was at this man's house watching the Warrior game. He walked downstairs like, "Damn, Pat, I ain't know you fuck with soft motherfuckers."
You told me that story before.
Well, you came downstairs like, damn, Pat, I didn't expect that. I didn't know you fuck with soft motherfuckers.
There it is. You already know. There it is. They got to ride.
Nah. Yeah, I will say, you do have your gripes with Curry, but you do give him his respect when it's due. But for you to disrespect him and think he wouldn't take that weak-ass Sixers team, Steph Curry he made these dudes who they are. He made Draymond Green. He made Klay Thompson. Like, my man is proven. He made KD the killer he is. But, it is what it is. We here.
I agree. He made them because they not they not winning without him. I'll tell you that. They're not winning without him. That part is facts. That part is facts.
Not even.
And
OB3 wants to know what teams is Coach a fan of?
It's tough. I'm not really a team guy, like a team. I'm more of like I like players, like in terms of all the because I coach guys, kids go. I kind of everywhere, and I kind of don't really follow teams. I kind of follow players. So like players I coached, I got like right now we got a bunch of CSM guys. We got one playing in Minnesota. Then I coach David Bakhtiari. He's with the Packers. So if I go to a game, I'm not going to be like, I don't want to coach. I don't want to root for this person. So it goes by who's playing where and who's doing what.
So were you rooting for David Bakhtiari when they played the Niners in the NFC Championship game a couple years ago?
I don't think he wasn't playing. I think he was injured, so I didn't have to. I didn't have to root for. Yeah, people were all asking me that. I was like, nah. I said I didn't have to. He wasn't playing in the game. So I was rooting for the Niners.
Coach, talk about some guys you got right now in college football. Who should we be looking out for this coming season?
Man, that's a lot.
I know.
There's. You got me thinking Rolodex. Okay, I got a couple kids. Krishna Clay, San Diego State. Him. He's going to be good. We got Mason Starling. He's going to be at Cal. He got hurt a couple of times, but he's like a 6'5" receiver that's really good. He was all everything. Sione Laolea, he Oregon corner. He was the #1 player in junior college last year. Meech Freeman.
He was a dog too. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. When I came to see y'all play, they didn't even throw at him but one time, and he damn near picked it, and they didn't do it again.
Sione's big, and then Meech, he's playing we got like 5 kids at University of Arizona. They're gonna be good. A lot of them, they're all pretty well. Shoot, man. I think that's and then man, there's kids. It gets to the point where the kids are all over the place.
For sure.
Yes, for sure. I got some kids. Kavika Bumgarner, he's going to be playing at Fresno State. He's going to be starting D tackle at Fresno State. I coached him. We're going to have a couple guys at San Jose State. Coached them. We got Justin Sinclair. He's going to be like Hawaii's best defensive player this year. Cal. There's a couple at Cal. Mace. Trying to think, do we have anybody else? Shoot. Oregon State, we had a couple there. We got a couple still going, about 3 or 4 at Oregon State. We got another kid, Freeman. He was a East Bay kid. He's going to be starting at Washington State, wide receiver. Trying to think. We had a kid in Miami, but he left. He's at U of A. Yeah, that. I mean, that pretty much rounds it off. I mean, there's kids all over.
Right.
Defensively,
That's dope,
yeah.
man. Yeah, man.
I lose track of him sometimes. It's
right.
like, man, he's out with everybody. Jeez.
Especially with football, y'all and JUCO, you got dudes coming in and out every year. So I know that's a quick ass turnover. Transfer portals, COVID years, and it's people that have been in college 6-7 years. So, did you already go over your favorite? Go ahead. I was just gonna say, did you already go over your favorite D lineman, current and all time?
I did.
Okay,
yeah, I did. Sure.
That was when you exited.
Had the technical difficulties. I closed the wrong browser like a dumbass.
I like to stir the pot with the Warrior fans. I just be messing with you guys.
No, you stirred the pot all right. I'm not gonna lie. You definitely got a chat room.
Yeah, I know. I had to. I just like doing this. But hey, I tell, I ain't no fool now. Of course, I think if I had somebody to take the 3-point shot to save my life, Steph Curry gonna take that job.
Not I want $1.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
My boy Rockin said, "Do any of your players try and test you lifting and shit or on the field?"
Lifting, no, they ain't crazy.
That is not
lifting. It's kind of, for the most part, in terms of like, I've had a couple of them kind of talk back a little bit, and I've had to check them. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I don't get in my feelings. It's funny. I put my feelings in my pockets too. Like, hey, we're men. We have an argument. We have a disagreement. You might have been a frustrating day. You might snap back. I'm gonna snap back though. Hey, don't do that no more. Don't. Hey. But then it's over and done with. Let's get back out there and let's go, man. What we talking about? You know what I mean? It's over.
We ain't holding
I'm not gonna hold grudge. I'm not a hold grudge guy. But no, they don't test me in the weight room. Nah, they like to try and they talk, and then I go, man, come on, you guys are still elementary, and then they'll give me the little max, and I'm like, bro, come on, you're not even close yet. So no, they don't test me in the weight room. As I like to tell people that, because some people ask me, like, you lift with the guys? I'm like, I'm here to uplift their confidence, not tear it down. I'm not here.
You got it.
I'm 42 years old. I lived to the 21, 22. That's I'd be embarrassed. I'd be like, I'm here to uplift.
I've been lifting longer than y'all been alive, dude.
Like, yeah, right. Come on, what you mean? I'm doing double that. What are we talking about right now?
Right. No, that's real.
So, yeah, I be talking mess like that to them.
Man, well, I don't know. You got anything else, Mill?
Nothing else. Really appreciate you coming through, Coach. For real. This is our first interview. Definitely appreciate your time. If you have any shout outs, get them off now. We're gonna be ending the show here, but last words from Coach Hardee.
No, thank you for having me on. This was a lot of fun. I know you guys. I heard it was your first one, but this was a great job, you guys. I was impressed. It was a lot of fun. I didn't even realize, the time. Like, I was like, I'm on here for an hour and something. This is wild. I was like, yeah, it ain't even. But that's a good thing of like, that's a good way you guys with the show. I enjoy watching you guys' show. I appreciate you guys having me on. I like to stir the pot a little bit with the last one, but it's all love. Just be playing with everybody. But I just appreciate it. I just challenge people to be great in all their endeavors of what they want to do. You know what I mean? And when that speed bump and road bump and that turn point comes, that turn moment comes, that you somehow, some way find a way of just to fight through it. Rejection is part of life. I talk to my kids about, the kids I coach, about rejection, whether it's, a job, a girl told you she just want to be just friends, or it's just like, you know what I mean? Or I got cut from a team. I think the biggest thing is in life is how we bounce back from rejection and how we view it and how we view each one of those situations, because they're going to happen. It's inevitable. Nobody's perfect, but how you handle those situations and how you, especially as men, I tell my guys to be full accountability. Like, that's the only way to get through it, right? Put it on your shoulders. Like, It's almost like I got cut from the team, or I didn't make the team, or I'm not playing because I'm not good enough. So what can I do to get better? I didn't get the job. Okay, what can I do to get better? What do I need to enhance? The girl didn't like me, and you know what? I need to get better. And it should always come back on you in terms of getting better. And because at the end of the day, once you get better and do that, then you'll be too good for that girl. You'll be too good for that job, or you'll be too good for that. And then that's the beauty of life is improving.
No, that's real, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I definitely appreciate you coming through.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You already know you like family, you know what I'm saying? Like I say all the time, I'm real honored to call you, feel me, like a big brother and a mentor. Right. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this means the world to me. You the first interview. You feel me? You can come on whenever you speak your piece or whatever the case may be. You always welcome to come through. You want to do a weekly segment, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're always welcome. Mills, if you can, go ahead and share the first part of that CSM
anytime,
schedule. Saying it's the first part of the schedule. Any of y'all want to tap in, go see Coach do his thing. That was the first part of the, you know what I'm saying, they schedule right there. I can scroll down a little bit. But yeah, man, if you always welcome, you know that if you want to come through, talk your shit, just kick it, whatever the case may be. I'm definitely gonna be at your house, so you already know that. But you know what I'm saying, as far as Mill goes,
you gotta bring Mill with you though. Now I love
it's Mill. I'm gonna pull up. I'm barbecue, man. I'll definitely pull up with some barbecue.
Hey, you got to. That's why when you said hot dogs and hot wings, I said, "Oh, come on, hot links. What are we talking about?"
Yeah, thank you. No. we got the fourth right around the corner here, so I definitely wanted to have that question in there. But thank you again, Coach, for coming on. Everyone, before you go out of here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on your damn notifications so you know when your boys go live. We will be back with y'all next week. And everyone, make sure you have a safe and fun 4th of July.
Y'all know how it go. Do y'all thing.